Blessings, dear pastors. Today I will share with you how we use the tool visits within the panel of Iglesia Tech. First of all, I want to point out that this process is very similar to what we normally do in person in our congregations. When a visitor arrives, we welcome them and then we take their data in a little connection card or in a form previously elaborated in a physical way in our church. Iglesia Tech in this opportunity proposes to make the same form but in a virtual way using the mobile application and the administrative system. This is what I am going to explain below. To do this, we will enter our main panel of Iglesia Tech and choose the build option. Then we will enter the visitor inbox. In this place, we can already see that here there is a form called visits. But if I want to create this form from scratch, I do it by clicking on Create. Contact inbox. Here above on this right side, I will find the form. And if I want to edit it, maybe there are too many options for one visit. I can do it on this side. Here are the inboxes that I obtain and that I can uncheck. I recommend deselecting all of them to know what I really need. Something very basic. Remember that visits, in general, are not willing to share that much information, just kind of the basics. It's the first time they go to church and there's that kind of distrust. So this is kind of like something predetermined that you show me and I'm going to select it, right? First name, last name, phone number, and I'm going to include the email to this. I think this information is the one we need the most and it is quite basic. Let's not forget to put the name of the form. In this case, I'm going to call it visits, because we already have another one called visits. So to differentiate it, this one is going to be called visit. Okay? At the bottom, we have the button, right? So this one here, to modify it, right? In this case, we delete the text, we put register. The color, I am going to place it very similar to the color of the Lodito so that it matches. The border, if I want to make it more rounded, I do it here. And also the size of the button. If I want to make it bigger or smaller, I can modify it here. And finally, the alignment, if it is to the right, centered, or to the left. In others, we are going to complete these data that it asks us here, like the title. We are going to put the visitor's log. Once written here, it will appear here. The thank you message. We are going to put thank you for registering. And a text message. We are going to put this form. We are going to use it to register the visits. Okay, now that I complete that information, I'm going to hit submit. If I don't fill out the information that I just indicated below, this button will not be enabled. For example, I'm going to delete this one. And look, just by leaving this one empty, it doesn't give me the option to save. I have to have all these fields filled in order to be able to now, yes, save. Once we've saved, it's going to show up here. And to see, we go to the eye. And here what we will find is the database. Once we go entering, the contacts of visits will appear here. But we can customize this form because of course we do not only take the visitors' data, this data is taken to follow up on them, to call them, to welcome them, share with them perhaps the schedules of the next services. So all this process can be placed here. How do I do it? In categories. I go to the top here, click on categories, And I'm going to add a new category. It is important that we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. In this case, I have these steps right here. Step number 1, the tour was entered. Step 1A, join the meeting after the service to connect. Step number 2, sent welcome text message and reminder of upcoming meeting. And step number 3 became contact. So these steps, I put them here in the categories. I go back and they're automatically going to show up here at the top. If you notice right up here, that's good. Okay, so once this is done, what I am going to do to enter now the visitors, just as I have here, Emmanuel, Jorge, Pedro, in order to enter them, how do I do it? For that, I am going to use the app. I go to the 3 little lines. I go to the dashboard. In the dashboard, I will go to the contact inbox option. I am going to select the visits option. In this case, I have it selected there. And I'm going to choose the first option, add new contact. Here we will complete the data that we are asked for. In this case, first name, we will put Priscilla. Last name, Villavicencio. Email, we will put priscilla@villavicentexcom. Then it asks for the phone number. And finally, some comment like, this person is new. Okay. Once I do this, I click on subscribe. And it automatically updates here in the system. I'm going to find that person who just entered. November 14, 10:05 in the morning, Priscilla Villavicencio. And she is at 0% because she has not yet gone through these steps. That when I have to go through here, I have to be marking her or giving her the checking that all these steps have been completed. Steps. This way we will have better order and we will know what we have done with each of the people who visit us. For the first time. Now let's imagine that Priscilla is already at 100% and she's already joined the meeting. The message has already been sent to her and she has already decided that she is now part of the church, right? Let's imagine that Priscilla already wanted to be part of the church. What do we do now in the system? Right next door, at the end, going through all this, menu to the right, we will find these tools. One of them, which is this little green one here, is a button that helps us to create a contact profile for this person. So I click here, I check their data, right? Make sure they are correct. I check that everything is correct. And what I do is save. Once I have saved it, right? The visitation system is going to update and it's going to tell me that this person has become a member. So that's how we work within the Tech Church system. This is a very valuable process for visiting churches. Thank you very much for your attention. May the Lord continue to bless you. We are always here to serve.